Let's talk about passive income. You've probably heard the term, and maybe you thought, yeah, that's for people with a ton of cash to burn. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just not true. You can absolutely get started with less than $100. So today, we're going to break down 5 real practical ideas to get your money working for you. We'll group them into 3 buckets: investing, creating, and, well, influencing. Let's dive in.
We have all seen this online, right? This is the fantasy. This is the dream that gets sold to us over and over again. The idea that you just, flip a switch, walk away, and the money just magically appears in your bank account while you're living your best life. Yeah, you probably know where this is going. That picture, it's pretty much a myth. Let's be real. Nothing is truly passive right from day one. There's always some kind of upfront investment, either your time or your effort. So what does it actually take to get these income streams flowing?
And this right here is the key. You do not need to be wealthy to do this. This isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about something way more important: building a new financial habit. It's about proving to yourself that you can make money work for you. And it all starts with one small step.
Okay, so let's kick things off with our first category, investing. This is all about putting your money to work, and it covers our first 2 ideas. Honestly, this is probably the most accessible and the most truly passive way for anyone to get started.
So, you've got your first $100. What do? Well, you've basically got 2 great starting points. On one side, you've got high-yield savings accounts. They're super safe, very low risk, and they'll give you a solid 4 to 5% return. Way better than a standard bank. On the other side, you've got index funds, which basically let you own a tiny piece of the whole stock market. The risk is a bit higher, sure, but historically, you're looking at a much bigger potential for long-term growth. It's really that classic trade-off between risk and reward.
And if you're thinking, what can a few bucks really do? Look at this. This number shows the insane power of starting small and just being consistent. If you invested just $1 a day, seriously, less than a coffee, with a pretty average 7% return, you could end up with nearly $15,000 in 20 years. That is the magic of compounding, my friends. It's a beautiful thing. Now, for our second idea, what if you want to get into real estate? Most of us think you need a giant down payment, right? Well, you don't. You can get started with $100, maybe even less, through something called a REIT. Think of it like this. You're buying a tiny, tiny little slice of a massive portfolio of properties. Office buildings, apartment complexes, you name it.
And REITs have some really cool benefits. For starters, they are legally required to pay out 90% of their profits back to you as dividends. Plus, you get instant diversification. Your small investment is spread across tons of different properties. And the best part? It's all managed by pros. So you get all the potential benefits of owning real estate without any of the headaches of being a landlord.
Okay, on to our third idea. This one is for anyone out there who has ever dreamed of starting an online business but was absolutely terrified of that nightmare scenario where your garage is just full of boxes of stuff that nobody wants to buy. Let's talk print on demand. The way this works is actually brilliant. It's super straightforward. You sign up for a free platform, you connect it to a store like Etsy or Shopify, and then you just upload your designs. You can put them on mugs, t-shirts, posters, whatever. And when a customer buys one, the platform handles everything. The printing, the packing, the shipping. You literally never have to touch a single piece of inventory.
And don't underestimate the potential here. I mean, it can be huge. Take Rachel Rofi, for example. She was an early pioneer in this space. She had one simple design for a mug, and it just took off. It sold thousands and thousands of units, and according to one report, has generated over $4 million in sales. You just never know which idea is going to be the one that connects with people.
All right, our final category covers our last 2 ideas, and this is all about monetizing what you already know. This is where you can leverage your own unique expertise or passions, no matter how specific or niche you think they might be. So, our fourth idea, and probably the easiest way to get into this category, is affiliate marketing.
Now, I know it sometimes gets a bad rap, but when it's done right, it's really just about authentic recommendations. You share products that you genuinely use, that you actually love, and if someone clicks your link and makes a purchase, you earn a small commission. It's that simple.
And what's so great about it is the incredibly low barrier to entry. Look at this. Unlike getting sponsorships or making money from YouTube ads, which require a pretty big following, you can start affiliate marketing with just a handful of followers, or even with 0 followers. The key isn't the size of your audience, it's the value of your content. A helpful blog post or a good review video can do all the work.
And that leads us right into our fifth and final idea: creating and selling your own digital products. We're talking about things like ebooks, templates, or online guides. Now, the upside here is amazing. The profit margins are massive, and you can sell an infinite number of copies while you sleep. But you have to be realistic. As you can see, there are downsides. The market is crowded, so your product really has to solve a very specific problem for a very specific group of people to stand out.
So, we have covered a lot of ground here, right? From investing tiny amounts of money to creating your own digital empire. Now, let's just pull it all together and talk about what the word passive actually means. Because, spoiler alert, it is not about sipping cocktails on a beach.
It's not about being lazy. It's not about doing nothing and getting paid for it forever. No, it's about something much, much smarter. And honestly, it's way more achievable for every single one of us.
Here's the truth. Passive income is never effortless. It always requires work up front. You have to write the book. You have to do the research for the investments. You have to create the t-shirt designs. The passive part, that comes later, when the systems that you built start doing the work for you. The real goal here is decouple your time from your earnings to create assets that make you money even when you're not actively working on them.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. The goal is just to start. Maybe you only make an extra $50 this month. So what? You're learning an invaluable skill, how to make your money work for you, instead of you always having to work for your money. Even if it takes you a year to make your first $500 passively, that's still $500 that you didn't have to trade an hour of your life for. So, what's the one small step you can take today?